Should I do this? Oh god, I don't know if I can do this. This is gonna be embarrassing. Hey guys, it's Kaitlyn, and today I wanted to like branch outside the box with my video. As much as I love doing beauty videos and stuff, I wanted to include more of my life with you, and I feel like a big part of my life are embarrassing and awkward moments. Unfortunately. I was inspired by this high school edition video because I've been seeing all of my old friends. They're graduating from high school, which, by the way, congratulations. That was the best day of my life, like walking out of that high school and being finally free. But embarrassing moments like come daily for me. I feel like every day is an embarrassing story in itself, but high school was just kind of a giant basket of embarrassing moments, and that's okay. High school was still great. You know, I'm just kind of an awkward girl sometimes, and things happen, and all you gotta do is smile about it. I'm literally cringing thinking about reliving this moment, but laugh with me, folks. Laugh with me. So yeah, grab your snacks, grab your tissues, because I know I will probably shed a tear. Let's just jump right in. Okay, so my first story, I don't know about you guys, but with my high school, our town was so small that we really didn't have anything to do on the weekends. I mean, you would go like eat or see a movie or something, and then you'd have nothing to do. So what we always did was just hang out in the high school parking lot, which is kind of ironic because that's where we didn't want to be during the weekdays, but during the weekends, like that was like the ultimate meetup. You'd be like, oh, you want to go eat? Okay, let's meet in the high school parking lot. So we would always just kind of park our cars, and it would just be a bunch of different groups. Also, if you know me, it doesn't take caffeine, it doesn't take sugar. I don't have to be under the influence of anything to just be a total spaz. Yeah, and I just do random, dumb, dorky stuff sometimes to either make people laugh or because I'm in a good mood with my friends, and yeah, that's the disclaimer for this story. Me and my girlfriends, it was like a Friday or Saturday night, we like jumped in somebody's car and we'd already eaten and like hung out and there was nothing else to do. So I remember there was a lot of people in the high school parking lot, and we were just being dumb, like having fun. Like I was blowing this little whistle that I always had. I don't know why. Man, I sound like such a weirdo. I just had a whistle that every time I would drive past the high school or like drive past people running, I would like whistle and be like, yeah, go, you can do this. Just mess with people. I just liked to mess with people. For some reason or another, I decided to just kind of jump on the hood of my friend's car, and she was like whipping me around the high school parking lot. The person in the passenger seat was taking pictures of me. As you can see, I was just enjoying my time, cruising around for quite some time on the hood of the car. Like people were laughing. I thought I was so cool. I was literally on the phone on the hood of this car, and I remember that was my mom I was talking to. I was like, yeah, mom, we're just cruising around, like no big deal, I'll be home soon. Yeah, so that happened. Good night. I don't know why I did that. I thought it was funny, and that's usually the explanation of why I do a lot of things, is because I think it's funny. Anyways, it was like 2 days later. It was a Monday morning, and I remember there were kids that were either thinking about transferring to our school or they had already transferred to our school, and this was the first day they were there, and they were assigned to like different buddies who would show them around the school. And so I was hanging out in the office because I was an office aide with my other friend, and we would just deliver papers and help the office secretary staple stuff. And so I was sitting on the counter in the office, and this kid and my friend walked in because she was buddying him, and this was like his first day here. Two of my vice principals were in the office, and the secretary was there. We were all just talking, you know, introducing ourselves, and when it came my turn to introduce myself, I was like, hi, I'm Kaitlyn, like nice to meet you, you're gonna love it here. You know that facade you put on for when you first meet somebody? Everybody does it. It's not like a fake thing. It's just that first impression face you have with somebody, like you're the sweetest thing in the world, like you're just like sweeping the crazy under the rug for just a second. Yeah, well, I was doing that. I was being like so sugary, like so sweet, so nice. So after I said my name, he goes, oh yeah, you were that girl that was riding around on the hood of the car the other day. I did not see that coming, and I was like trying to keep my cool, you know? But secretly I was gagging on the inside because the office secretary that was like sitting in front of me, she goes to turn around and look at me, and my principals, who were like leaning up against the table having their arms crossed, and one of them was trying not to laugh because he knows my antics. And I'm sure he was just trying to make small talk, you know, like this is his first day here, but that is not small talk. Like, oh yeah, you were riding around on the hood of that car. That's not how you make friends. So in the moment of the secretary looking at me, my principal's kind of like trying not to grin, trying to figure out also if this is true, I just go, I think you have the wrong girl. as if that's gonna get me out of it. And the kid goes, no, yeah, I was hanging out with some kids in a group in the parking lot and we saw you. Yeah, it was definitely you. They were yelling your name. Yeah, Kaitlyn. Dear God, help me. To make the situation worse, before anybody could say anything, I just go, is that my phone? Better catch that. And I walk out. So yeah, that was really embarrassing, but I made a slick getaway, got out of there real fast, and never jumped on the hood of a car again, so yeah. Okay, so my second story is just as embarrassing, except it's in front of the entire school. So my school had a lot of pep rallies. They literally handed them out like they were candy, which I was fine with it because I always got out of class. And so for each pep rally, everyone would be sitting in the bleachers, and then you would have like the principals and the teachers and 2 senior representatives that would stand down on the gym floor. The senior representatives were a girl and a boy who would just like MC the pep rally, and they're supposed to be like peppy and like fire people up and be on the microphones and just like announce things. So little old me was chosen to be this girl senior representative. The drill would literally go, you would read a script, the dance team would dance, and you would read a script again. And the script just would consist of, okay, now Coach John Doe is gonna talk about wrestling, or congratulations to the football team, Coach whatever is gonna talk about their success this year, like whatever. So the guy that I did it with was like the peppiest guy ever. If you're watching this, you were made for that job. Like you slayed it out there that year. But me, I might be peppy outside of the microphone, but when you place me in front of the entire school and my entire senior class, I'm gonna be bland, because bland is safe, you know? I didn't want to like show my personality or awkwardness. It would just crash and burn. Long story short, every time I would do one of these pep rallies, I would just say my part, get it done, whatever, like let's get through this. So I remember specifically in this pep rally, there was a lot for us to say on the script. Like I was intimidated, and so I just wanted to get through it. I was in a rush. So the next series of events that I'm gonna explain to you happened in maybe 3 seconds, but it felt like a lifetime. Okay, so first, the way it's set up, the gym floor, bleachers on each side. We were standing over here. We would just like walk in front of the people, you know, it went senior class, junior class, sophomore class, freshman class. Freshman class was furthest away from us. And so I remember that the dance team was like out on the floor because they were just like getting ready to dance. And in the 3 seconds of the series of events that's about to happen, first, the music starts playing for their dance. Second, I'm standing with the script in my hand, like ready to go. Someone handed me the mic. Whoever handed me the freaking mic, when you hand me a mic, I'm gonna say something. Like I felt awkward. I felt like I needed to do my script. So the music starts playing. The dance team is like starting to dance, apparently, is what somebody told me. But I'm like walking out onto the floor and I'm like, yeah, so next Coach Jane Doe's gonna talk about, and then the music stops because I had proceeded to walk on the floor. All I remember is just looking away from the crowd back at the dance team, and they're like in their first positions of dance looking at me like, you're ruining my moment. No, I'm just kidding, but they were like in their first movements of dance, like everyone frozen. The music had stopped because the DJ was like, what the heck is this girl doing? She has something to say. So then I pivot back to the crowd, and when I say pivot, I mean pivot. It happened so fast. It was like a dance move in itself. I pivot back to the crowd and I go, but first, they're gonna dance!
But first, they're gonna dance!
And I just walked myself back to the group of principals. So the music started again, the dance team's kind of like chuckling. The senior class, who was right in front of me, all of my friends were just like shaking their heads, like, way to go, Kaitlyn, you did it. I like handed the script to the guy MC because I was just like, I'm freaking done. Like, you got this. You're pepping everyone up because I just killed the mood. And maybe I'm just like being a drama queen because I am, but it was petrifying to me. Like in front of the entire school, I ruined the dance team's moment to shine. Since the freshman class was like way at the end, I asked my brother later that day, because he was a freshman at the time, I was like, did you hear what happened today? Like, did you hear me freak out and say, but first
dance! They're gonna dance!
He was like, no, like it's not a big deal. We heard the music stop and I saw you walk out, but like it happened so fast. It's not a big deal. And he shakes everything off and I blow everything up. Either way, that was so embarrassing. Nobody should have handed me a mic, because if you hand me a mic, I'm gonna start talking. Sorry about it. Sorry, dance team. Sorry, principals. You knew this was coming. Let's be real. But gotta laugh about it someday, right? Okay, so my third and final embarrassing story for today is just a treat. Just a treat. And this is a story not a lot of people know about, just one girl. And so I thought I'd share it with everyone because every time I think of it, I laugh and I cry. Okay, so quick fun fact disclaimer about me. Buying jeans is like a special thing for me, right? Because shout out to all them girls, big booty problems, because same, like when I find a pair of skinny jeans that like fits my butt and my waist, like it's the best thing ever. I keep those skinny jeans for a long, long time. And you know how like when you've had jeans for maybe like 4 years, the denim is just not denim anymore. Like it's so thin. On this particular day, I was wearing those 4-year-old really thin skinny jeans. They were my favorite. I looked super cute in them, like rocking it. I was feeling myself. Also, another fun fact, I like to dance under any occasion. I like to groove. I like to jive. Anytime music pops on, like I dance like nobody's watching. So that being said, so myself and my other office aide friend were just walking through the halls on one particular school day, and let me set the scene for you. We're standing in the middle of the hallways, like progressively making our way down the hall, and I'm dancing. No one's around, just my friend. She's laughing, whatever, we're just hanging out. And we're between like a set of locker walls. And then up ahead, you have a cluster of 4 classrooms where it's 2 doors next to each other, 4 different classrooms. And then way up ahead, you have a door that leads out to the parking lot where I was parked. So yeah, like I said, we're dancing, well, I'm dancing down the hall. She's walking like a normal person, but suddenly, for some reason or another, I decide to drop it like it's hot. Yes, pause. For anyone knowing where this is going, just hold on, because it gets better. So in between me dropping it and it being hot, somewhere between there in the dance move, I hear the most shrill rip. The most terrifying ripping noise I have ever heard. And it was loud. Those cute ass jeans that I was talking about, yeah, that's where the sound was coming from. And this all happened so fast, once again, but it felt really slow to me. I look over to my friend, who looks back at me. Our eyes are wide as saucers. I am searching for hope in her eyes. I'm like, please God, help me. I don't know what to do. And after we made eye contact, she just breaks out laughing, like dying laughing. Hands on her knees, crying, laughing, because we both knew what just happened. And so I'm like still dropped low in this position, like pre-twerk. I didn't know what to do, and it all happened so fast. I was like trying to collect my thoughts, like, okay, what do I do now? We're in the hallway, my ass is hanging out. Like I felt a breeze down there. And this was not your everyday pants rip. This was like from my tailbone all the way to who knows where. I knew it was a bad rip. And I can just hear the SpongeBob SquarePants Rip My Pants song playing in my head.
When I ripped my pants, I thought that I had everybody on my side, but I went and blew it all sky high.
I have never related to that song more than in that moment. So anyways, it gets better. The first thing that comes out of my mouth is, oh sh**. And you thought the pants ripping was loud? I like shouted, oh sh**. For a moment, I kind of forgot I was in a high school. Thought I was in a dance club, remember? I thought I was dancing in a club or something. So my friend is still dying laughing. And I get up really fast. I take off this jacket that I had, tie it around my waist, and I just see the doors up ahead to the parking lot. And I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I'm making a run for it. Keep in mind, I had just yelled, oh shit, once again. So I like hold my pants and I bolt past these classrooms, and mind you, just my luck, all of their doors were open. So as I'm passing by, running by, it was just a blur, I didn't see anything. I look over my shoulder as like one last glance. My friend is still crying laughing, like hands on her knee, dying. and 2 teachers are standing outside their doors. One of them's arms are crossed because she's a teacher that I have, and she just like seeing me understood something just happened, weird and random and embarrassing, because that happens to me all the time. Then the other teacher was just like scratching her head, confused, like not even knowing what's going on because I just screamed, "Oh shit," in the hallway. So yeah, I bolted to my car and got in my car and drove away and never ever went back. The end. Just kidding, I went back, but I'm like sweating reliving this moment. That was so embarrassing. Friend who was laughing at me, if you're watching this, honey, if I look at you and my pants just ripped and I said, "Oh shit," that is a cry for help. Help! Just kidding. I don't know what she could have done to help me except laugh. I probably would have laughed. Yeah, so that was an interesting day. So yeah, those were some high school stories that were quite embarrassing that I loved sharing with you guys today. I think what has gotten me through is learning to laugh at these moments, and now I have a bunch of stories to tell my children someday so that they can be terrified of going to high school. Just kidding. I actually have more stories though. 3 moments are not the only moments that have been embarrassing for me. There's a lot of other things that have happened that I would love to share with you. So give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see kind of a part 2 to this. Comment below your embarrassing high school story. It makes me feel better to know that I'm not the only one that this kind of stuff happens to. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.
Doing it all night.